this should make the corners of your mouth turn up, eh? No? Snow. A lot of it. All right. Bring the backs of your wrists to your knees. Bring your first two fingers to your thumbs. Just lightly touch, but be aware of that touch. If you press down with your knees, does it help you hold your hips up? Shoulder blades slide down, close your eyes. Relax your jaw and your tongue. Breath through your nose. If you tend to let your chin drop down, forward, would you put it backward, so you release the base of your neck. Press down with your knees, don't lose that. There's always an equal and opposite, so you press down with your knees, you'll be able to hold yourself up in a different way. Your breath come into your side ribs. And then when you come to an inhalation, open your eyes. We're going to bring, I'll be your mirror image, so we're going to bring the right hand down and the left hand up. Now stretch up. This is a backward, this is an inward. And when you come out, we're going to deepen the right waist. Hold your head up. Don't let your head fall. Keep pressing down with your knees so you lift yourself up. Can you lengthen this elbow? And as you bend and you open up this left side, point your toes forward, press down with your knees. Keep breathing. Inhale, you'd come back up. We'll go the other way. So you'll bring your right hand up and your left hand down. Press down with your knees, point your toes forward. And when you come out to your right side, no, your left side, deepen this right waist, left waist, sorry, I'll get it. Hold the weight of your head, tuck your chin in, feel your breath. If these left ribs went backward, could they come forward? Give a different stretch here. When you inhale, you come back up. We're going to come backward. So you point your fingers forward, use the base of all of your fingers, lengthen your arms. You want the base of the neck to come backward. You want the base of the ribs to come backward. You want your knees to go down so you can come up through your spine. Now, you can lift your chin, but don't just crunch the base of your neck. Or your lower ribs into your kidneys. Push. Got the base of all of your fingers working, got the ends of all of your fingers. Come backward through your thumbs a bit. And inhale, coming back up. We're going to come forward. Now you need this, press down with your knees, bring your hip bones forward. Talk about the lower back and the hips being different places. I've been doing that for quite a few weeks. I want your hands back here. You don't want the base of your neck to fall. You want to bring the base of your neck. I think last time I divided the back from the sacrum, tailbone, to the base of the neck. And so that's your back, this is your neck. Release your neck. And bring your hands, you just want to bring your hands forward. Press down with your knees. Still got this, the front hip bones coming in toward one another, so this is an open space, not a jammed up space. And you now come back out. All right. We're going to bring both feet to your right. You can put your right shin in the instep of your left foot, and then walk your hands around to your left. Now press down with this knee, so this hip comes up and over. Tuck your chin, turn to look towards your left hip. You decide if you're going to come down onto your forearms. Wait. You decide if you're going to come down onto your chest. Keep the action in this back knee. Then inhale, coming back up. All right, we'll come around the other side. So you bring your left shin to the instep of your right foot. Hands come around to the left. Press down through your knees. Engage your feet. Now, if you're going to move your hands, move this left hand first, so you've always got your body weight supported. This hip's coming around, tuck your tummy in. Can you turn your left ribs toward the right? You want to come down onto your forearms. You want to come down onto your chest. Long, slow breaths. When you inhale, you lift yourself back up as you come back. We're going to bring the right arm up and drop it down behind you. And then bring your left hand around behind you. Push down with your knees. Now, maybe your hands meet, maybe they don't meet. Don't push your head sideways or forward. Don't give yourself a stiff neck because you've got a tight shoulder. You may need a strap. Your hands may be like so. When this opens up, what do you feel in the front of your left arm? When you come back, you want to rearrange. You want to move around. So when you bring your left hand up and drop your hand down, you bring your right hand around behind, and this side might be different. You know? Don't push your head forward or sideways. Point your toes forward, press down with your knees, lift up through your thoracic spine. All right, and then come back. We're going to come onto our hands, knees. We're going to do count. So your knees 2 fists apart. Your hands in line with your knees. Widen your fingers. Widen your thumbs. Take your little fingers out, your long fingers forward, your thumbs inward. Tuck your tummy. When you inhale, you lift your hips and your head. When you exhale, you go the other way. And you go with your breath. It's about your breath. Long, slow. And then when you finish an exhalation, gently bring your hips back towards your heels, resting in child's pose. Your knees in the way of your breath, take your knees further apart. You want to shift your weight around. All right, we're going to do this. You don't want flat hands like you don't want flat feet. I'm going to have you bring your right long finger into your left palm and put your left hand down. You just want the long finger to get your other fingers out. And if you push up with that long finger into the palm of your left hand, and you push down with the base of all of your fingers, your index finger also. And when you take that finger out, can you keep that space? Don't lift the base of your finger, your first finger up. We'll do this side. So you bring your left long finger into your right hand, get all your other fingers out there, and you push up with that left long finger into the palm of your right hand, and you push down, and you pull that finger out. Can you keep that? Knees 2 fists apart. Turn your toes under. Get that space in the palms of your hands. When you then lift your hips and lower your head, pull backward through your thumbs. Can you keep those spaces in your palms? Like when you had your finger poking up in there? Mm-hmm. Not the base of the first finger is down. We always want to lift the thumb side of the wrist. You want to pull backward through the thumb. You want to pull backward through your big toes. When you then walk your feet forward, bend your knees and hug your legs. Again, can you get an internal with your legs? So the inner chip of the knees, the inner thighs, the inner ankles come backward. Don't lock your knees. You need these calf muscles. You want the muscles to hold the knee end of the shin bones forward to protect the knee joint from underneath. You need to lifting yourself up. We'll do tree pose. So would you shift your weight? Maybe you use the wall, maybe your toes stay on the ground. Can you point them toward? This is an internal. Hands in prayer, heels of your hands in line with your elbows, long fingers toward the ceiling, widen your collarbones. Now can you keep that body shape, that shape of your spine, and then you bring your arms out and around and up. You bring your hands together above the crown of it, turn your fingers toward the floor. Can you hug your arms in so you can hold the weight of your head up with your arms perhaps? Base of the neck, base of the spine. When you inhale, coming back up. When you exhale, the arms would come around, hands come back. Second side. If when you bring your foot into your thigh, if that's where you're going, it's easy to let that go sideways. You lose your balance. The weight of this bent leg is going to take you sideways. You need the top of your thigh to be over your ankle. Hands in prayer. This is an internal. Keep this outer thigh to work. If you're going to bring your arms out and around and up. This is a backward. When you bring your hands together, turn your fingers toward the floor, hug your arms in, lift the weight of your head, deepen your throat. When you inhale, you'd come up again. When you exhale, you'd bring your arms around, hands come back. All right. I'm going to show you something. I've been doing this a long time. And I watch people walk. Even though you're socially distancing. A lot of people walk around like this with their toes pointing out and their thumbs turned backwards. Now do you see what happens to my shoulders? So when you walk, you want your toes to go forward and your thumbs to go forward. That's how you hold yourself up. All right, triangle pose. You're right. Now pull your legs in. Don't lock your knees. Get your calf muscles to work. Get the arches in your feet like you look for the arches in your palms. All right, so if you have got a prop, you could use it. Use your leg when you, often this goes forward and this comes this way. You want this to come this way. You want to keep this. You want your lower ribs to come toward your front leg. Lift your kneecaps. Get your calf muscles to work. You can put the block in front of your leg. Maybe you don't have a block. You can put the block on the outside of your leg. You'd like this left chest, just like this, left chest to come away from your right foot. Tuck your chin, turn your face, hold the weight of your head. Now if you're letting the chin come forward, if you're collapsing the base of your neck, can you bring your front hip bones toward one another? And you now come back up. We'll come around the other side. Pull your legs in, don't lock your knees. Pull your front hip bones in so you open up your lower back. You don't want to pinch your lower back. You know that. So in, up, out. When you then come into your triangle pose, this stays in. This, instead of getting this come up, this comes down. So the line from your left thigh to your left armpit is a long line. Your right chest comes away from your left foot. Hold the weight of your head. Get this outer thigh to work. This outer thigh to work. And you know, come back up. Turning your feet round. Keep rest. All right, we'll do warrior one. I'll turn the other way. So, if the tops of your hips, your belly falls forward, you need to fix that. Pull your legs underneath you so you can hold your spine, the front side of your spine, even as you raise your arms. This left hip comes around, well, both these hip bones come in. Alright, so when you bend your front knee, you pull hinge backward, you want the calf muscles to work to move the shin bone, the knee end of the shin bone forward, again, to protect the knee. If this hip is further forward, could you fix that? Knee stays in line with your ankle. And head to arms. The base of your neck is a backward. Support your spine. Don't collapse into your kidneys. You want to lift your chin a bit, but don't push the base of your neck forward. You know, as you deepen into it, perhaps. When you now come back up, we'll come around the other side. Arches in your feet. If your tops of your hips are falling forward, your lower ribs are falling forward, could you pull them backward? Raising your arms. Find your calf muscles. When you then pull energy backward through your left foot, keep this right thigh working. It's an internal, your right thigh. Get this outer left thigh to work. Don't forget to breathe. This right side comes out, let these hip bones come in, then you're not coming back up. So you get your feet back, jump them back. Bending your knees, hang down over your legs. Let go of the weight of your head, let go of the base of the neck. I'm going to shift around, I'm going to shift your weight side to side. Right, then inhale, lifting yourself back up. We're going to do warrior two. To your right. Your right toes turn, your left heel drops back. Again, pull your legs in. If your hips are crooked, if you're losing this, fix it. It'll be easier to fix it now than fix it later. In, up, base of the neck, base of the skull, and out. Keep this in. Then when you pull energy again backward through this foot, get your calf muscles to work. Get these front thigh muscles to work. And you turn your face. Can you bring this left chest away from your right knee? The right knee. Often when we're tight here in the groin, and we've done that, like the angle here, this is an internal. You're not trying to crank this hip backward. Jams up your lower back. Relax your jaw and your tongue. Long, slow, deep breaths. When you inhale, you come back up. We'll come around the other side. Those toes turn out, left toes turn out, right heel drops back, pull it in. If you've lost it here, fix it now. The muscles on this left side need to hold those ribs in, up, out. So deepen your throat. When you pull energy backward through this left foot, get your calf muscles to work. Get these calf muscles to work. Hold the shin bones. Can you deepen the front of your ankles? That would hold the ankle end of your shin bones backward, so you've got a different management of the knee end of the shin bones. Shoulder blades are down. Not because you're jamming them down, because you're easing them down. Use your triceps. One of your triceps attaches to your shoulder blade. And again, you ease into it. If these are falling, can you manage your lower glute? Come back up. All right, we're going to do a wide angle. If you need to bend your knees, bend your knees. If you want to put your hands on the ground. Now. If your heels were against the wall, can your hips be against the wall? And then just stretch out. Now can you get an internal, if you rolled from your little toe, the base of your little toes to your inner heel, and that's a backward, don't lock your knees, find your calf muscles. Release the base of your neck. Can you bring your front hip bones in? Alright, and then coming back. Alright, we're going to do this one. As you bring your hands over to your right side, lift your heel, bend your knee, turn your left knee and toes toward the ceiling. Bend your toes. Stretch it if you've got plantar fasciitis in your foot. Now, you decide if you're going to stay here. Can you get these muscles here? You want to bring this left hand up. Do you want to come over, up to you. Bend your toes, lift your heel. Breathe. Alright, then come back. Now shift your weight side to side. Alright, we'll go the other way. So you bring your hands over to your left, lift your left heel, drop your hip down, turn your right knee and toes toward the ceiling. Bend your toes. Bring this hand up. Do you want to bring it over? Drop down through the top of this right leg. Don't lock your knee. And then inhale, coming back up. As you get your feet, your hands out under, jump your feet. How long since you had both feet off the ground at the same time? We're going to do Warrior 3. See if I can do it and talk at the same time. I'll turn this way again. So as you turn, and you get this to come this way, front hip bones coming. Now we're gonna practice this. The strength, the balance is in the strength of this front leg. So when you bend both knees and you drop down through that and you push up through that leg, when you start bringing your weight into that front foot, just practice that a little bit. Maybe that's all you're going to do today. So if you get that back foot lifted off the ground, you can interlace your fingers. The strength is here. You can interlace your fingers behind your back. You could bring your hands this way. You could bring your hands forward. Level off your hips. If this left hip is high, and you drop it down. Thighs. Get your thighs to work. All right, and then come back. We'll do the second side. So find the strength in that leg. Just practice it a bit. So that when you are going to stand up on that leg and pick this back foot up. Now again, here, don't lock your knee. Find your calf muscles. Find the arch in your foot. Whatever you're going to do here. I'm cheating, I'm using the wall. This is an internal. Tuck your tummy in. Alright, and then come back. Alright, we're going to come to the ground. And you lie on your back. Stretching it out. When you get onto your back, bring your arms to the floor, and then as you push down with your arms, lift your ribs, move your ribs away from your hips as they get the abdominals to work. Then bring the palms of your hands to the crown of your head, and as you lift your head up, don't pull on your neck. And you bring your elbows toward your knees. Now, the base of your neck, there off. Our head is heavy, so these muscles here need to stay strong. And then gently putting your head back down. We're going to bring the left ankle to the right thigh. And then bring your hands in behind your right leg. Your left hand comes in between, lower your chin. Flex your ankles. If this left shoulder fell in, could you press your elbow against your thigh as you hug your legs in? Now, you could hug your left leg You could bring your right foot up, turn it in. You could hold on to your foot. If you wanted to go further, you bring your hips off the ground. As you bring your elbows down, your ears would come up. Roll from your little toe to your big toe on both feet. Head comes down first always, and then your feet. And go side to side. Right, we're going to bring the right ankle to the left thigh, and as you bring your hands in, use your left leg to bring your right foot towards you. You can stay here. You could hug your foot and your knee. You could take your left foot up. If it's turned out, turn it in. You could hold on to your foot if you wanted. Keep this right knee wide. As your elbows come down, your ears would come up. Nice stretch to your spine. Head always comes down first, and then your feet. We're going to come over onto our tummy. We're going to do Sphinx pose. Again. Tuck your chin in. Again, again, if your back was from your sacrum to the base of your neck, and then your neck was from C7 here to the base of your skull. So tuck your chin. Pull your backward through your arms. Tops of your arms are backward. Press your toes are backward. Press your feet down, your toes down. Are you wide enough? Can you get your fourth and fifth toes to work? Now, don't grip your buttocks toward it. Bring your front hip bones in. Pull your the base of your breastbone backward. And when you pull the base of your neck backward and your arms backward, then you can turn your face. But don't just crunch into the base of your neck. No. You're not stiff, you're just strong, and there's a huge difference between strength and tension. Tension. And then come back down. You want to rest your head on your arms. We'll do cobra. So as you bring your hands back in line with your chest or wherever you need to do Sphinx pose here. Use your toes, use your fingers. Now, that thing that we did to get the palms of the hands, the arch in the palms of the hands, do it here. Anytime you've got your hands on the ground. Then there's a rebound. The base of the neck is backward. Elbows hug in. If you let your elbows fall out, it's just going to crunch the base of your neck. Try it. It won't be nice. The spaces in the palms. Are you still using your feet? Are you still aware of your feet? Base of the breastbone, you've got the front body supporting this front side of the spine. And exhale, come back down. You want to come into child's pose? Into child's pose. Move around if you'd like to move around. Long, slow breaths. All right. We're going to do camel. Again, you have to use your feet. You're pressing your shin bones toward the floor. This is an inward. Now, if you get to a point where you already put your hands, if you get to a point I'm going to put my hands to my feet. I'm going to just do one at a time. Then turn your toes in. So again, the lower ribs and the base of the neck is a backward. This is an inward. This is a rotate. Get your hamstrings to work, your calf muscles to work. So that when you come backward through your lower ribs and backward through the base of your neck and backward through and down through your elbows, you're not collapsing anything. If you decide you want to put your hands to your feet, widen your little toes. Again, don't collapse the base of the thoracic bone, don't collapse the base of the cervical spine in your eagerness to go someplace you haven't figured out yet. Now careful, use your thighs, lifting yourself back up. Again, you ease your way into child's pose. Shifting around. Long, slow breaths. How's your lower back feel? Tuck your chin right in so you release the base of your neck. You want your spine to have, you want all that internal space. All right, we're going to do down dog. So again, knees 2 fists apart. Hands in line with your knees, widen your fingers. Little fingers go out, thumbs come in, long fingers go forward. Get that space in your hands, turn your toes under. When you inhale, lift your hips in your head, and you exhale, you lift your knees off the ground. Line up your feet. You get arches in your feet. Again, if you drew a line across the top of your foot, from the base of your little toes to your inner heel, to your inner ankle, deep in the fronts of your ankles, you want the ankle end of your shin bones to be deep. You want the knee end of your shin bones to have a forward, not a bent knee necessarily, but maybe your knees are bent. But supporting the knee joint, the ankle joint from both sides. If your chin is dropping, tuck it in. If your lower ribs are dropping, tuck them in. Stretch your hips away from your hands. You got those faces in your hands? Like when you put your finger under there. Base of your first finger to show the ground. Backward through your thumbs. If you did it from your hands, from the base of your little finger to the base of your thumb. Alright, and then coming back down, child's pose. Arms open. Exchange the air in your lungs. Now, for your inversion, take your time, and somebody work on a couple of different things. If you're going to do a headstand, you need the energy of your elbows to come in and out at the same time, so you get the upper body, front and back to work. Headstand, did headstand last time. Pause it. Do shoulder pounds. Bring your front hip bones in, shoulder bounce. Good for headache. You get the little finger side of your hands parallel to your spine. Don't move your head around too much. Fix it first, but then don't keep your nose toward your toes. You could do a split sort of movement. The wall there. You could do cobbler pose here with your knees going wide. You do like tree pose. You get your body muscles working. To come down, you bring your legs down over your face. You bring your hands to the ground. You roll yourself down. Your legs. When you come back for seated forward poses, seated forward poses are good for digestion. They're good. They tone your kidneys. They teach you to be patient. Since we did through the window, let's try this one. And if it doesn't work, we'll do it. You'd like this leg to roll in. You'd like this leg to go wide. So you open up through here, the inner thigh, the hip, thigh bone in the hip socket. So again, this sacrum, this is an internal. So this is an opening up. Otherwise, this is just jammed. We can't go anywhere here. So if you need your hands back here to bring the tops of your arms backward, to come forward. You'd like your back to be quite straight. You want the hinge to be here. I've said this before. A jackknife, the blade doesn't bend to go into the sheath. There's a hinge, and your hinge is the tops of your hips around the tops of your legs. You want to keep your hands here. Do you want to hug your knee like we did in that, whatever we did through the window? You can reach for your foot. You need the tops of your arms to come backward. Release the base of your neck. So you're not bending your spine backward, you're not collapsing your chest. If you are, back up and work on that, managing your lower ribs. You need to come back up. Do some circles with you. We'll do the other side. This long leg, mine wants to roll out. Can you keep your second toe toward the seam? Push forward with the base of your big toe. No, not the ankle is deep, but roll from your little toe. So you've got action at the base of your toe. And so again, you're here, maybe you're here, maybe you start up here, but you want to keep this a long line. So if this is happening, if this is all collapsing, can you fix it? From here to here. Okay, the tops of your arms need to be backward. That's how you keep your back straight. And then inhale, coming back up. Alright. We'll take the legs wide. We'll bring the back of the right hand to the inside of the right leg. Bring your left hand to the top of your left thigh. Now deepen the fronts of your ankles. The knee end of your shin bones has an upward energy, not to bend your knees unless you need to. And then see about turning this right side towards your right leg. Now, you want the top of the left thigh to stay down. If you wanted to keep it there, if you wanted to bring it toward the ceiling, you'd like the left chest to come away from the right foot. Don't let your keep your feet. Just let my right leg fall out. If you want to bring this left hand over, that would help you keep the leg turned in, but maybe you're not there yet. All right, then coming back up. We'll go the other way. Left hand comes down, right hand to the top of your right thigh. Now you have to lift. If you're collapsed already, you're stuck. You're stuck here, you're stuck here, you're stuck here. You need to open up. And then you turn. Push down here with this right hand. Let the left ribs and hip, waist turn toward the left leg. Fix your feet. Again, if you want to bring your hand away, if I take my hand away, I can't hold my hip down. Just like keep your hand there. Don't forget your feet, both feet. Press down with your heels deep in the fronts of your ankles, the back, the knee end of the shin bones, and then point. We're going to do Paschimottanasana. Again, here's your hinge. If you need to bend your knees, bend your knees. You want to bring your hands here. Again, you want this to be, you don't want this to happen. There's no forward there at all. So, if I had my sticks at the studio, you could put a stick. If you wanted to, if you thought you could use the wall. You want to roll from your little toe to your big toe. You can start here, but this needs to be a straight line, not a collapsed line. Maybe you're here. Maybe this is as far as you go. Don't have to bend my knees. Again, to breathe. Now again, you don't want that. You want to pull the tops of your arms backward so that your spine can come forward. So you can open up your lower, bring your front hip bones in. Release the base of your neck. Gently bring the base of your skull away from the base of your neck. You got an in-turn with your legs. And then inhale, coming back up. You'll lie down, stretching yourself out. We're going to do lumbar roll. But if you choose a different twist, do a different twist. Right leg long, left leg bent. Can you glue your inner left ankle and your right leg together? Point your right toes toward the ceiling. Bring these front hip bones, your lower ribs in. When you start bringing your your left leg over to the right, come onto the outside of your right foot, flex your ankle, push down into your heel. Can you feel the arch of your foot? Now bring this left arm, you want to turn your face that way. Now, you're managing your lower ribs. Can you roll from your right groin towards your left waist? You're breathing. If the base of your breastbone, your lower ribs are forward, you need to pull them backward to keep the lumbar spine supported from the front side. This right foot, now bring the inner ankle over the outer ankle, inner heel over the outer heel. Push your right leg again, pull the top of your right thigh backward. Then come back, fix your back. Or do the side, flex your ankle, push your right ankle against your left thigh. And when you start bringing your right leg across, and your left hand to right leg, right arm stretches out, this collarbone is very tight there in the right chest. The left foot, put the inner heel over the outer heel, push the outside of your foot to the right. Bring the top of your left thigh backward. Tuck your tummy in. And can you roll from your left groin towards your right lower ribs? To move those backward. You want to open up your lower back. As the base of your neck lifted, bring it down. Base of your ribs lifted, bring them back. Then come back. Fix your back. I will do Shavasana. So however you're comfortable, if you want, if you've been doing this at home, you can, you might want a blanket under your cushion under your knees. Make yourself comfortable. It's a surrender, letting go, just letting go. If you drew a line, relax your jaw and your tongue. If you drew a line from the middle of your forehead, your scalp, down through the middle of your face, through your chin, collarbones, notch to the collarbones, breastbone, navel, pubic bones down to a spot on the floor between your feet. Could you let your right side fall away and your left side fall away from that center line? Just relax, surrender. Open up your vulnerable spaces. Throat, your armpits, your abdomen, knees. Maybe, I don't know if I did this last time or not, maybe the inhalation part of your breath could come down through the center spot, the center space that you've opened up, and the exhalation could come back up. Giving you some internal space, using your breath for internal space. And exchanging air